Good morning, summer scholars. Welcome to Ms. Thibodeau's class. I want to give you my daily expectations, guys. First and foremost, every day at 10 a.m., at least by 10 a.m., you need to be signed in. Sign-ins will take place in different forms. Most of the time, I'll use the Nearpod board where you will go in and pin a picture of yourself, your name, and whatever the question is for that particular day. It could be the form of a discussion piece that I want you to expound upon. It could be in the form of signing in to something that time stamps what time you're there. And remember, I want you to be signed in by 10. We start class at 9:30. However, by 10 o'clock, I need to know that you've been signed in and that you're working. And also, lastly, we will have various assignments. And the assignments will take place through a variety of apps that we use on Schoology. So first of all, I use vocabulary. I've already had you to do a sign-in on yesterday, which was Wednesday. That sign-in showed a timestamp for when you actually put your account together and you went in. There was also an activity that you had to do on effective communication. And that particular lesson had several parts to it. You can't pick and choose which parts you want to do because I'm grading you on all of those parts. So whatever I assign in vocabulary, whether it's the game, the note cards, write the lyrics, definitely watch the video because it helps you to better understand what the terminology is. And it is also a really good lesson, something kind of different. You all get an opportunity not to just have to do work, but that's vocabulary. Okay, so just make sure you do all the parts. I have the Nearpod videos where yesterday I did a live one with you just to kind of watch you, to kind of guide you through the process. There will be others that will be self-paced. So even like the one yesterday on effective communication, it was together as a class, but I made it self-paced so that many of you who needed to go back, you want to look at it, you can try as many times as you want to on the activities that happen there. So if it's a quiz, if it's matching names with definitions, no, then you can do it as many times as you like until you feel comfortable with it, until you get it right. With self-paced, you can go back numerous times. And with me, then I just give you so many minutes on each one of the slides and then I'll move forward. But I want to be able to do those things with you. So look for the assignment that has a time on it. If it says meet me at 12 or meet me, most of the time it will be 11. Yesterday it was 12 because I put it out a little later. But I want to make sure that you get in enough time to get those assignments done with me. So that touches on vocabulary, that touches on Nearpod. The last one that we're going to use is called Flipgrid. And Flipgrid is the one that allows you to create a video of yourself. It has a lot of different components and you guys can play with it however you want, with adding different little, what do you call them, stamps, like happy face emojis, whatever. But when you're doing the video for me, my expectation is to see your face, okay? Make sure that your background is not cluttered. I don't know if you're looking at my background. It's the kitchen back there. But I try to make it really nice for you, though. Anyhow, make sure your background is not cluttered in your video. Make sure there's not any noise in your environment. Make sure that you are looking professional because what's the name of our course? Professional communication. So we want to make sure that we are prepared when we go in front of the camera. Make sure that you have practiced your speech, at least write down what you want to say. I do it all the time. I've got notes about all sorts of things that I want to talk to you guys about. And so you need to make sure that you have your notes as well. Okay. So that's Flipgrid. It's a fun thing. If you can't get the Flipgrid to work, the alternative is for you to create a YouTube video. And you can make it where it's not published for anybody else, but you share the link with me where the assignment is. So if you have a problem with Flipgrid or any of the other apps, always let me know Nine times out of 10, they're working and it's probably on your side with the internet. But for that other 1/10, you let me know so that I can make sure that I get it done for you and that I'm able to ensure you can get your work in. Okay? So those are the daily expectations. Let me go back to discussion topics. On discussions, my expectation from you is to give me 3 to 5 sentences, which is a paragraph. I need you to be well developed. Okay, we're going to 9th grade here, or we're already in high school. Many of you, we're in high school, so we should not be giving these little what's the word? We need to have complex sentences that really describe what I'm asking you and how you feel about it. So the first one was what I think was, what is effective communication? If you don't know what it means, look it up. Okay, you can look up the definition. It's in your lesson for that day, but beforehand, I want to get your idea of what you think about this particular topic before we get into it. So there's really not a wrong answer for the discussion question. It's just us having a conversation. We can't do it virtually, face to face. So I need to hear you. What would you say? Well, to me, effective communication is when you speak to someone or when you're trying to get a message written or verbally to someone using words that they can clearly understand. Effective communication is also when that person gets your message, whether it's written in text or verbally, that they respond. Hopefully, with effective communication, they respond in a polite way. But there are sometimes people can be rude or they don't get what our message really is, or it could be an argument. For it to be effective means that maybe we're listening to each other. Maybe we're being thoughtful about what's happening. So those are the things that I want you to write or to type in your discussion piece. Okay, so again, in the discussions, I'm looking for 3 to 5 sentences. I'm looking for a paragraph. I'm looking for you to expound. I'm looking for details. I want to hear what you would say if you were in my classroom, in my face, and in my presence. That's important to me. Okay, so those are the things that we will do on a daily basis. Again, you have your sign in. Make sure you do that by what time? That's right, by 10 o'clock. I just pretended that I heard you there. All right, you have your discussions, your discussion topics, and how many questions? Not questions. It's one question, but how many sentences am I expecting to see written? Very good. 3 to 5 sentences, because that's what makes a paragraph. And I want to hear your explanations and I want details. Okay. All right. The others we talked about were vocabulary. And I said that yes, if I assign each and every one of those things to you, that my expectation is that you get them all done. Lyrics included. We're working on writing. We're working on making you a better professional person. And then lastly is the Nearpod, where we'll kind of go through and guide through some things. There'll be other assignments also where you have assessments. Those are tests. There was a quiz yesterday with 5 answers, some true, false, some matching short answer. Do your best. I've given you multiple times to try it. You don't have to settle for it. Let's say you make a 70 and you don't like that, or you made a 90 and you want 100. I'm okay with that. You can take the test multiple times until you get the desired grade that you want. Okay. One thing about Miss Thibodeau is that I am not here to fail you. So remember that. I am not here to fail you. I want to see you succeed. And I go by one motto. It's like Nike, baby. Just do it. Yeah, I know it's kind of corny, but that's your teacher. Corny. Anyway, guys, those are my daily expectations. And we're going to now move into the week's assignments.